What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Reselling History. This is Scott, and right here in front of me I have this old, I think it's a cigar box, but as you can see it says Iron Cross, and it has the World War I or World War II German Iron Cross Award. Now, I got this box at an antique shop recently. I actually think it's trench art. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but it's inside here, it's also kind of has the same design, and then right here it says Conchas. Right here it says, I think it says Colorado, so I don't know if this is some sort of trench art from World War I or World War II, but I thought it was really cool. And inside of the box you saw there were some collectibles and stuff. That is mostly all from a junk drawer I got recently, and basically everything inside of here I paid around $30 for on eBay. There are a few World War II German like pins and stuff that I didn't get that in the junk drawer lot. I bought that separately, and I thought that would be pretty cool to show. But mostly everything else is like $30 worth of stuff, and there's a really cool antique wristwatch in here I wanted to share with you guys. So if you guys like this type of content, like, subscribe, comment. Really appreciate the support, and let's get to it. All right, so first up, we got a wristwatch right there. And this is a pretty cool looking watch, a Westfield. Looks like it's from the probably the 1930s or 1920s. Has an original band, so very much original looking. Crown is not turning at all, so this is going to need a repair. But Westfield, I want to say Westfield is like kind of a lower tier watchmaker from back in the day. There's a lot of different West watch companies. There's Westfield, there's West Clocks, there's West End Watch Company, and I want to say Westfield is kind of lower tier. So still a cool looking watch for sure. Probably from the 1930s. Gonna need a repair, but somebody would like to repair that. That's a cool watch. That was part of the $30 junk drawer lot. And right here is a lighter. I really like this lighter. It kind of looks unassuming at first, but if you turn it around, it's got a little V there, and that's V for victory. So this is a World War II lighter, very patriotic. And I think it just unscrews right here. Yeah, this is a pretty cool World War II military home front lighter. It's so cool to see these home front items from the war. You just see how patriotic people were back in the day, supporting their country. And this is a really neat lighter. I'm not sure if this part was supposed to have enamel, but maybe not, but that's a nice little find. You also got this little toy soldier, metal toy soldier, and this is made in USA. There's a few different makers of these. I think this might be Barclay, or is it called Minoil? I think this is maybe Barclay, but this is definitely World War II era. A little boy would be playing with this. And the cool thing about this lot was, I think there's a number of sterling silver items in here. All right, not as much sterling as I thought there was. This is all like plated sterling, but these two handles are solid sterling silver, and you know, they have some pretty good weight to it. I think they're mostly hollow, but it's kind of a thick sterling silver, so this is going to go into my scrap silver pile. And you guys, at the end of the year, I always scrap my silver or my gold, and I come up with some good money. It all just adds up at the end of the year, and it's a good time to be saving your sterling and gold. All right, next up, here is another watch. And you remember how I just mentioned that one's Westfield? Well, this is a West Clocks watch, and this looks like it's from the 1950s, maybe the 1960s. It's missing the crown. Got a pretty cool look to it. You got your expansion bracelet. What does it say here on the back? It says quality AD die-cast stainless steel back. And then there's a number of collectibles in here. Like here's this old makeup compact. These can be quite valuable sometimes, especially if they have a wonderful design and if they're in good condition. Unfortunately, this one is in pretty beat up condition, but it's probably from the 1930s or 40s era. Pretty cool. And then right here, this is another watch. What is this? Brewster Watch Company, and the crown is spinning freely, so this is going to need a watch repair. And then, like I said, there were some German World War II collectibles that I picked up recently. These did not come in the watch, in the junk drawer lot, but right here, this is a Edelweiss flower. I believe this went on top of like a garrison cap for a German army soldier. And this one is definitely original. There are a lot of reproductions of this, but I've seen what's original and what's not, and this is definitely an original one. It's got some nice wear and character to it. It's got the right two backings in the back right there, so that's original. They're not really that expensive. They're worth about maybe $50. And then this right here, I actually recently picked this up from an antique shop. And this is a German Red Cross bandage from World War II. You can see it's dated 1945. You got the German bird with the swastika right inside of it. It's a little faded, but you can still see it. You got the Red Cross symbol. And this is actually sealed. It's never been opened. And I thought whenever you get something sealed from back in the day, it's pretty cool to have. It's not super rare. Red Cross was in every country, and they were very much involved during World War II, and obviously in a non-combatant way, charitable way. So there are much of these, but it's still unusual to see something that's Red Cross with a swastika. And then I have these two little booklets here. These were handed out during World War II for people who made donations to the Winter Relief Society in Germany. So oftentimes they were, actually every time, they were patriotic messages and symbolism. And you can see this one says Des Führers Kampf in Belgien. So, and then this one's Des Führers Kampf zur See. So I think this one, the C, is about like the Kriegsmarine, like abroad in the ocean, and this one is basically Nazism in Belgium during World War II. And these are very common. They're worth like $10 to $20 each, but they're really cool. I've heard people say that there used to be a string that came with these, and they used to hang them on their tree as a Christmas ornament. I don't know if that guy was full of it, but so it looks like I missed one of these other sterling handles. So there's 3 of those. That's some pretty good weight. And then there are a few more German collectibles and some watches. I'm going to get to that really nice antique watch here in a moment. But here's a Wittnauer dial with a movement. Let's see if this says Longines on the back. Nope, just Wittnauer. Sometimes they say Wittnauer Longines because Longines owned Wittnauer at some point. And here is a tinny from World War II. And oftentimes they were just handed out for patriotic reasons. This is nothing too rare. These are actually very common, probably worth like $10. And then right here is another little watch. And this one's pretty, this is a Longines watch. Very cool. Nice little movement, missing the crown. I might hold on to this in case I come across a nice, no pun intended, case for it. And then right here is another pin from World War II. This one is pretty rough condition, but you can see it still has a swastika on the chest of the eagle right there. And I think this is, oddly enough, this is like a Nazi Gardener Association pin. So like has something to do with gardening or landscaping, something of that nature. So man, you think about it, there was a swastika on a lot of different a lot of different things in Germany during World War II. It didn't necessarily mean it was Nazi, but it was just widespread. And then there's a lot more collectibles in here. And lastly, what I wanted to show you guys was this World War I trench watch. So this actually came in the junk drawer lot, the third, I think it was like $30 lot. And man, I've actually had one of these in the past. Let's pull out the crown, see if we can move the hand so you can see the name. This is Patria trench watch. And one of my old videos in the past, I came across one of these in a little watch collection, and I was gonna restore it, but I ended up getting rid of it because it was missing the crown. The radium was very worn off. This is true radium also. This is a radioactive watch as they could be. And then the one I used to have, it actually didn't say Patria on the movement. It was another watchmaker, which was a little unusual. I kind of made it not worth it. But this one right here, this is an original Patria. Everything about it, even the movement, I'll show you right now. And the hands are in beautiful condition. The dial overall looks pretty nice. There's a little bit of wear to the radium on the numbers, but it's nothing too bad. They're usually in worse condition, and it has the original crown, which is another plus. A lot of times these wire lugs are broken or severely bent or mangled. Even the crystal on this is in good condition. And there is the movement right there. This one does say Patria, which definitely bumps up the value. And those who don't know, Patria at one point, I think they share a common founder with Omega. So there is some connection with Omega Watch Company. And this is just a base metal case. If it was sterling, that would have been a World War I officer's case, most likely. And this is a super beautiful watch, you guys. This is definitely worthy of getting repaired, which I will do. Probably add this to my collection because I have a few military watches, but I don't have a World War I watch yet in my collection. So that's probably what I'm going to do with this one. Value-wise, even if it needs repair, like it does, it's still like $100, maybe $150 watch, especially in this condition. So there you have it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video and sharing these recent finds of mine. Why don't you drop a comment down below? Let me know what you think about this wooden box right here. Is this trench art or is this an actual cigar company? Because I've tried researching that and I don't see anything like it. So I'm just curious to see what you guys think. Take care, everybody. Peace.